Hello everyone, welcome to another video blog. And I want to talk about something that is personal, but I think at the same time a lot of people can relate to. The different layers that makes us who we are. We are made out of different layers, many layers. We are a very complex machine. And the moment we try to put ourselves inside of a box, inside of a stereotype, we feel trapped. Now that box, that cell, that prison may be a beautiful prison. And with that I mean it can be the best identification that you have. It can be the best stereotype or label that you have, right? I am this, I am that. It can be very beautiful. It can be even an empowering label. However, it is still a trap. It is still a prison. And now I don't have to explain, now that you are in quarantine and inside of your home, now you know that you want to break the limitations. You don't want to be confined into a small space or into any space and just be that. Put inside of a box, inside of a label, and that's all you are. We cannot do that. It is against our spirit. It is against our soul. Our soul comes from an infinite source of power without any limitations. It is boundless. That means no boundaries. Can you imagine that? No boundaries. Infinite power. Just the word and just that idea, it's very hard for us to comprehend because we are limited with our body and our minds. But the moment we connect with our soul, we tap into something greater that is part of us. We are part of our soul, of the divine, our divine self. So for a long time, I trapped myself feeling scared for showing who I really was or who I really am, or thinking that I was something when in reality I was many different things, like probably you are too. You're not just one thing. Don't put yourself into just one category, into just one small box. Do not contain your infinite power. Don't limit yourself, because you are limitless. Your inspiration, who you are, your labels are limitless. Your essence, that's what I'm talking about. Your true essence, your core, where you truly come from, is without any limitations. So we try to put and categorize stuff just to comprehend, or try to comprehend life and ourselves. So we put labels onto stuff, but then we feel trapped. So I'm here to tell you, you can be many different things all at the same time, because that's the nature of souls. That's the nature of the cosmos. It is everywhere and at the same time it is nowhere. You cannot pinpoint it and, oh, this is the soul. You cannot see it. You cannot perceive it with this body and mind. This is physical. This is on earth, right? And there are certain senses that go beyond this, that have to do with spirituality, with mysticism and all of these beautiful teachings. But I think you get my point. You see, for a long time, I've always been into spirituality. I've always been into nature. I've always been into the occult, into the magic, into all of these mystical things. I've always been like that. Ever since I was a little kid. Instead of talking about, I don't know, whatever kids used to talk about, video games or football or chicks or whatever. When I was a young kid, I was talking about druids. I was talking about herbs. I was talking about trees. I was talking about fairies and gnomes, and I was talking about the gods, and I've always been like that. But then as you grow up, you get entangled with the nonsense of society, with the noise that people have, the bullshit. You get wrapped up in this bullshit that society is wrapped up onto. So family members, friends, just society itself, when you walk out your door, you are scared of showing your interests because they get criticized. You get criticized the moment you don't fit inside the box others want you to be. Society expects you to behave in a specific way. Society, your family, your friends expect you to be someone, and maybe you are not that. So you cannot place yourself like, who am I? In just one box, in just one category. We are made out of layers. And you're witnessing part of my layers. One of them being spirituality, being into holistic healings, being a guide, a spiritual guide, being into rituals, being into magic, being into the Toltecayotl, being into yoga, being into druidry. How the fuck can I combine all of them? Being a druid, a yogic, and a Toltec, a shaman, all of this stuff, right? These are just labels. These are just words. The more you connect with your soul, the more you connect with your true essence, you understand that it's all the same. A name is just a name. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself an entrepreneur, a spiritual being, a hippie, a fashion guy, or it doesn't matter. We're all talking about the same things. It's just that we don't allow ourselves to experience life at the fullest. We limit ourselves. We limit our own experience of life. Where maybe you can or you want to be so many different things, and you can't be that. It is up to you. This is your life. I cannot be here in front of you, whether it's on camera or in person, telling you you cannot be this and you can't be that. Who the fuck am I to tell you what you're supposed to do or what you're supposed to be? I'm just telling you that you need to allow yourself to truly express your essence, the beautiful soul that you are. Now, yes, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a business person, and you can be into spirituality. You can be an image consultant and a fashion and stylist person, and be into shamanic stuff. You can be into nature, and then you can be into suits. That's the word yoga, union, uniting. That's Ometeotl. It's uniting all of this stuff. When in reality, they all come from the same. The only difference is in your mind. And the mind that you have, those differences were not made by you. They were made by very, very limited vision persons, right? They were made by people that are very limited, that are very bitter, that are not abundant. So the haters, the naysayers, they are the ones telling you what you can or cannot do. Or you can't be doing this, Pablo. I mean, how the hell can you be an image consultant and then be a spiritual guide? That shit don't make no sense. How can you post something about nature and then post something about it? I mean, who gives a fuck, man? Nobody gives a fuck. People will react towards your own reality, to the frame that you present. And if they like it, good. If they don't like it, good. You just understand that they're part of it, whether they like it or not. Because this is how you choose to live your life. And they are part of this world. We are all part of the world. We interact with each other with different realities on a daily basis. But we have this wrong idea, this wrong belief that we all need to be the same. We all need to think and believe in the same things. This is what religion, what dogmas want you to do. Believe in the same Savior, believe in the same stuff. And if you deviate a little bit from it, immediately you become someone bad, a sinner. Why? Now, why is that? We're all different, and at the same time, we come from the same. Now, that is some high-level understanding. That's some high-level stuff. And this will all make sense. If this doesn't make sense to you right now, this is because your vibration comes from a very low point, where you cannot see beyond your survival. You cannot see beyond your own power. You cannot see beyond your own labels and your own identifications. Wrong identifications, false identifications. You identify yourself as being an American. That is nothing compared to being a human being. You identify yourself as being a Latino. That has nothing to do with being compared to being a fully developed being from the cosmos. We all come from the same shit. We are made out of star stuff. The same atoms that you see on the sun or on stars, they are within you as well. So how the hell can you confine yourself into a small box where you are made, and you were made from something that has no limits? So break your limitations. Be who you truly want to be. Do the things that you really want to do. And if they don't make no sense, ask yourself these questions. Why is that? Who said that? Who here has the perfect life to tell me that this and this don't go together? Because I guarantee you, no one is on that level to tell you what you're supposed to do, what is good, what is bad. Everyone is a human being here, and everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. Everyone has their own struggles. We're all struggling with our worst enemy, which is ourselves. And it's a daily battle. We're all dealing with life. No one here is above you to tell you you're wrong. But no one is below you as well, because you cannot be on such a high level to tell everyone you are wrong and you are lower than me. I am better than you. That is just pure ego. So redefine yourself. That is a power that we all have. Part of being a human being and having a soul, or part just of being an organism, a living organism, is that you have the power of consciousness. Now, all living creatures have it, but we as humans, we have developed it even more, and we can develop it more, and we can tap into that intelligence, we can tap into that mind, we can tap into that source of power, source of motivation, of inspiration that has no boundaries. And when you tap just a little bit on that, your entire life will shift. But we must develop it. We have the power. In the culture that I come from, which is the Toltecayotl, it is called Mojocoyani, the one that reinvents himself, transforms himself or herself. That power is in every single culture, but that is another video, on how do you identify yourself. This has nothing to do with the Toltecas were better than the yogis, or the yogis are better than the the druids. Or no, the Native Americans, the Lakotas, are better than. That is just bullshit, man. And you, deep inside of you, you know this. You know this. We're all talking about the same. The more rooted you are, the more connected you become. You realize that we're all connected. And the higher you go, the higher you vibrate, your vibration is higher, your frequency is higher, the more you realize that all roads lead to the same place, no matter what you wish to call them. If you wish to call them Toltecayotl, yoga, whatever you wish to call them, they all lead to the same place. So it has nothing to do with being my beliefs better than yours or wiser. No. So how do you get into that level, or how do you get to that level? By connecting to your soul, to your spirit, to that part of you that has no limits. So allow yourself, be free. This is your life. This is your life. Be free enough to experience it in the way that you want to experience it. Don't limit yourself with this label. I am a businessman. That means that I can't do anything else. Or you're scared of showing it. Like I was. I was scared. I was thinking that maybe I was not being congruent. I was thinking that maybe there was something wrong with me just because I liked that. And what the fuck is that? That is just placing your energy on the opinions of others. And nobody gives a fuck. That is the truth. The truth is that no one cares. Only you care. And the moment you stop caring about opinions and about these insecurities, life gets a new taste, new flavor. Alright, that is the message for today. Be free. Embrace all the layers of you, all the different aspects, all the different seasons, everything that makes you you. that complex being that you are, that very complicated, complex, beautiful machine that you are, beautiful soul that you are. Tap into that, embrace it. It's fine, it's okay. It's okay to be like that. All right? As long as you know that you are in touch with your own essence and you stay true to that essence, everyone will accept it because you are accepting it. That's the beauty of life. Be the best version of yourself. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Omete otro.